Welcome to Detroit Preppin', Sippin' Saturday. As promised, on Tequila Tuesday, I selected one person that came to the chat and showed up. I'd like to introduce everyone to Man.
Well, everybody, he made the threat and he carried it out.
To Man.
So anyway, we had a great morning here in the Chicago area. We're sweating our balls off, but we went out, had a nice little breakfast and a chat, and decided that we were going to go live and say hello to everybody out there.
I'd like to take a minute to thank Man for hosting me. If you're not already subscribed to his channel, which I would find hard to believe, please go over, subscribe, watch some videos, leave some thumbs up, and even if they're nasty comments, go ahead and leave them. He's pretty good about that kind of thing.
And I'd like to thank Detroit for bringing me this cool Detroit Preppin' hat, which I will be sporting in some future videos as well.
As everyone knows, I'm sticking with the Elizabeth Ross hat. Anybody that would be outraged at a seamstress is the asshole that deserves to be outraged. Just in time. What's up, man? Thanks for stopping by. Dangerous freedom.
What are we all sipping today?
Me and Man just started with our first beer of the day. Cheers! Ooh, natty ice. I can live with that.
Yeah, it's been a great morning. Detroit got up extra early, drove out here, made it in some record time.
100 miles an hour. That's how fast I'm ready to leave Detroit.
And it's been a great morning, and we thought we'd come live and talk with everybody, see if anybody's going to be available out there to chat on this hot and sunny, sweaty Saturday afternoon. We were going to wait for our first beers until we went live, but
9 o'clock came early this
90
morning.
something and 9 o'clock. 90 something and high humidity here. We said, what the heck? It's 9 a.m. somewhere, right?
Hey, Barbara. Thanks for stopping by. So, Dangerous Freedom, what are you out doing today? I don't mean to put you on the spot, Man, but what do you think about Miss Elizabeth Ross and the fact that so many people are outraged at a woman who sacrificed the most loved of her life and never stopped supporting this great idea, this great experiment that we have?
I think it's absolutely ridiculous. It's just more full outrage from the left. You got the most immoral, hypocritical people in the world getting outraged over the stupidest things that are nothing more than normal and, in this case, patriotic things.
This woman sewed the uniform that General Washington wore. This woman sewed the uniforms that United States soldiers wore. I mean, this lady sewed all of her siblings' clothes, and I'm sure she didn't charge them. So, being that she lived in Boston in approximately a 425 square foot home, how many slaves do you think she owned?
52 200, I don't know.
You're only off by 5200.
50 or
man.
200, right?
You're only off by that many. This woman didn't own a slave.
No.
This woman didn't.
She didn't do it for an ideology.
This woman did the most patriotic thing ever. And I will not dare to say Mr. Kaepernick's outrage is even reasonable. I mean, this guy should be fucking thanking his lucky stars he didn't grow up in fucking Somalia. This guy should be thanking his lucky stars he didn't grow up in the Sudan. I mean, this guy should be thanking his lucky stars he didn't grow up in Saudi Arabia. I mean, do you think he'd be making $10 million going on TV, cussing and fussing about some poor little lady? If he had grown up in those countries?
He wouldn't have time to be cussing and fussing about ridiculous things if he had grown up in one of those countries, because he'd be worried about finding where his next meal was coming from.
You said it. You said it.
That's what drives me nuts. You know, I mean, they can say the most outrageous, outlandish things and degrade and demean people all day long, but then somebody makes some statement, like Trump telling the senators, if they don't like it here, go back to where you came from, and all of a sudden that makes him a racist. I mean, it's unbelievable. The full outrage, the double standards, the hypocrisy just drives me absolutely insane.
And I think on a personal note, I can speak to this. Because if I jump in a video and call all the people that are white cracker ass assholes, they'll be cheering me. They may have a Detroit prepping parade. But if I go on video and tell the truth about the problems in my community, which is black, which is brown,
You're Uncle Tom. You're a race traitor.
They might lynch me. So, is it hypocrisy? I mean, if nothing else, it's bullshit. Plain and simple. If your only argument is that I'm a racist, then you've already lost the argument. Dangerous Freedom, I hope you get those brakes taken care of, man. Man had a little brake problem himself recently.
Thank God it was after we got back from visiting my son in Fort Knox in Kentucky. Not on the way down there, because that would have been a complete nightmare.
It may have been a nightmare.
We made it back, ordered the new rotors and pads, and was able to get it done in the shop here. Like I say, I like fixing problems in my shop much better than on the side of the road.
Yeah, that's a model to live by. What's up, Bob? What's going on, man? Thanks for stopping by. What are you sipping on today, Bob? It is Sippin' Saturday.
Distracting having to try to read it on the phone. I'm used to sitting in the garage, but the garage was way too hot to be filming in. We were going to do it over in the garage, but it was way too hot, so we turned the AC on in the bug-out camper here, and we figured this would be a much better place to do it.
I think U-Man called this one. You should have seen us crying earlier.
Not to mention all the noise from the fan we had running in there just to circulate some air. Whew.
Lone Star, what's going on, man?
Hey, Lone Star.
Dojo. What's going on, Dojo? What are you drinking on this Sippin' Saturday? Oh, Bob Barker, man, you got to get something to sip on for Saturday.
I gotta show you guys something. Last night, I went out to pick up a little something for a buddy of mine who's turning 40 tonight. Got to go to a birthday party, so after I take a power nap after I kick Detroit out of here, I got a party to go to. I got to take that. But as I was at the liquor store, the little hot cutie kept feeding me some samples of this fantastic whiskey. So I finally broke down and bought a bottle. You let me go grab that.
Whew. I didn't see the cutie, but I saw the bottle.
So
anytime they wrap something in a plastic net, it's worth it.
So I bought a bottle of this. And this Resilient is going to be saved for the Drinking Man Gathering at Vaughn's place out in Arizona this winter or late fall. So we're trying to time it for end of November, December, whenever my son gets out, and I got to go pick him up out of Colorado Springs, and we're going to be coming back to the Chicago area via Arizona.
Well, I hope the bottle lasts that long, but we'll see how Sippin' Saturday goes.
Wow, this is good stuff. It's called Resilient. It's a limited batch thing. It's 14-year-old straight bourbon whiskey. It's 107 proof. Man, was this good. So, we got to make it to Arizona. And John, if you see this later, you got to make it out there too.
I'm sure you will.
And Kaz, get on that pop drop.
As a matter of fact, I'm going to go pick up Kaz so he doesn't have any excuses.
We got to keep Kaz motivated to finish up that pop drop so he can haul that thing out there, and then we could have our little Drinking Man thing, which will probably in a couple of years turn into a gigantic festival, and our goal is to outdo Burning Man, right?
As long as there's fire, we'll be able to do that. Lone Star, I'm in Chicago. I said last Tequila Tuesday I was going to randomly select a person in the chat and pop up. I don't think I could have made a better choice, but that is to be determined. Who's going to be next?
I told Detroit he's got to start a new series. Detroit Preppin's nationwide tour. Every weekend he's got to drive out to join another channel to do a live chat.
I'm thinking
sure
of
the
a
wife will
different
love
name.
it.
I'm thinking of a different name. As Detroit Preppin tries to escape Detroit. The series.
I like that. That sounds good.
All right, Bob. I appreciate you stopping by. So, Lone Star, what do you got going on today? Is it barbecue? I saw those ribs you texted me. Dude, mail me some. Okay, I'm just in Detroit. I have no problem eating 2-day-old meat.
Bob says come to Iowa.
Bob, that might be an option. We'll see what happens Tequila Tuesday.
You have to lay over here and then you have to take the camper out there.
Continue
And
on.
we could do a Saturday night, Sunday out in Iowa.
I'm liking that.
I haven't taken this thing out nearly enough. A couple weeks ago when I went down to Kentucky was the first time I actually had it out on a real camp out other than the local campground around here. So it would be nice to make a couple little trips before I have to haul it all the way out to Colorado and then down to see backcountry down to Arizona.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Well, I'll tell you what, this is absolutely 100% the nicest fifth wheel I have ever seen, sat in, and drank beer from. The refrigerator is as tall as I am.
Well, I can't take credit for that, man. I was in it when I got it.
Lone Star, second baseball game? I hope you're training a major leaguer. We're going to need some money to finance all the barbecues we're going to have at your place.
Maybe after Phoenix, we may have to swing through Texas and Louisiana to come back to Chicago.
Yeah, and I think there might be a couple other little
We'll have a little nationwide
baby
tour.
steps. All right, I'm in. Gratitude. What's going on, man?
Dude.
Good to see you. Good to see you.
So we've been so busy chatting it up here this morning, and haven't had a chance to really check the news. Is anything crazy going on out there?
We weren't doing a lot of chatting. We were doing a lot of sipping on Saturday. Hey, Gratitude. However long you could stay, man, you are greatly appreciated. From the beginning of my channel, you've been there. And any support you show is greatly appreciated. I promise you this. Yeah, I think we did make it past 9 a.m. though. I don't think we got into
here
the
about
beers
9
until-
a.m. and then we went for breakfast.
So that was
And
10, 15.
apparently we like to eat the exact same thing for breakfast.
Good
Except
food is good food.
corned beef hash and eggs and a side of pancakes.
Thank God for America.
So we had a good base to start on before we started sipping.
There was no sipping. There was no sipping. It started with a chud. Then it went to a double chud. Maybe by 5 or 6 p.m. today we'll get down to sipping.
Well, Dangerous, I got a panel I want to put on here as a kind of a backup charging system. My main thing is once I got to find some time. It's been crazy the last few weeks. I got to figure out how to get the wiring down into the basement, into the battery compartment there, and it's on the list, but I'm not sure exactly when it's going to happen. First thing is going to be just get that 100 watt solar panel up there, and then I could always expand off of that.
It's a good start.
But I also got to figure out how to get the inverters to go the other way, so that I could take that 12 volt and convert it to the 110. Because right now I got the 110 converting everything down and charging the batteries for shore power.
Well, I'm glad you're in charge of all that. I can say this. It's beautiful in here. The air conditioning is better than at my house, that's for sure.
Glad I ran that 30 amp hookup in the loading dock. Wouldn't be so comfortable in here otherwise.
Yeah, I'd have to imagine that'd be the case. Luckily, you didn't have a meltdown and a fire
Yeah, right.
running the Detroit style.
Yeah. I had a temporary hookup where I had the 30 amp hookup adapted down into a 15 amp outlet, and I was testing it before we went down to Kentucky, and I left the air conditioning on a little bit too long, and the 15 amp outlet welded itself to the extension cord, and that was not a good situation. So I figured, you know what, that was close enough of a call. So I went and dug up some 3/4 inch conduit and fittings and wire, and I ran a drop down here so I could have legitimate 30 amp power in my loading dock so that I could run the AC. Not imagining I would need it in here so soon.
See how things work out? I am greatly appreciative of the air conditioning because from Chicago to Detroit, I don't think we're going to see less than 95 today, and I've heard some talk of 97.
Yeah.
So,
Last time I checked the weather forecast, they were saying 94 and 80-some% humidity with a real feel in the 105 range or something like that.
that's exactly what we're sitting in out there in the shop.
Oh, yeah.
The breeze is beautiful, but it's a hot breeze.
Oh, yeah.
I hear that, Will, man. 2 ACs going. Hopefully it's one on each side of you.
All right, Dangerous, I'm no dancer. And Detroit made me change my hat before we went on live here as well. Because I did have my cowboy hat on.
Yeah, he had the appropriate cowboy hat for the conditions. Straw to shade the sun.
Yep. Yeah, I burned the old noggin a little bit down in Kentucky when I was running around today with forgot to put a hat on. So.
Well, I have the same problem there, as I'm sure you've seen in some of my videos when I forget the hat. So, Barbara, what's the temperature where you're at? Please say it's only 77 degrees with 2% humidity, so you're not suffering like the rest of us.
$95. Woo! I guess we're all sweating it out together here, huh?
Yeah. They said something like, did you say no AC? Oh, Barbara.
See, I'm not much of an AC person, but when it gets this hot and the humidity kicks up, I give in.
Yeah, after I became an old man, I realized...
You're an old man. I'm a way older man than you are, my friend.
I've definitely realized that rolling the window down is not enough.
455 air conditioning.
That sounds hot.
4 windows down, 55 miles an hour, right?
Yeah, that sounds really hot. Holy moly, 300 Fahrenheit.
And 200% humidity.
Get out of your oven. Step away from the oven.
Oh, Lord.
Ooh, I'll take 107 as long as it's only 15%. That's for sure.
I had a friend sent me a text who lives in Phoenix, and she said, "But move down here. It's a dry heat," they said.
So you'll have
120
chapped lips and you'll be fucking sweating to death.
Yeah, right.
Sounds like that's the whole country. I think they said 240 million, 260 million people will be experiencing what feels like over 100 degrees. So,
Yeah, it was pretty much from Minnesota south all the way to the East Coast, the Rockies.
yep. Now we can start talking about global warming again. Until next week. Then we'll go back to climate change.
You know what? I'm not going to complain about the heat because as cold as it was this winter and as long as this winter lasted and as crappy as the spring was, I actually am enjoying a little hot weather.
Absolutely.
Before you know it, we'll be complaining about the cold again, right?
That's the natural progression.
Yeah.
You spent 6 months complaining how hot it is, 6 months complaining how cold it is. Yeah, Midwest.
Sunny and 75 lasts for about 2 days in the spring and then the fall, right?
Yeah. Followed by 4 months of rain, and then 5 months of snow.
Yeah, and Lone Star's only got 52% humidity. I gotta check and see what they're saying we got here. Right now it's 94.
Yeah, dangerous freedom. That sucks, man. The burn laws or whatever they are. One little spark. I guess that's all it takes. I promise you, in this swamp we call Michigan, and the swamp I call Chicago, you ain't got to worry about setting nothing on fire.
Yeah, they're saying right now it's about 94 here, feels like 106. Oh, the humidity is actually only 61%.
Woo.
But it will be going up to 82% by midnight.
Oh, perfect. You know what? Maybe it'll rain.
Well, they were saying rain was supposed to be starting around this time today, but now they pushed that out till 5 p.m. So you get to drive home in it.
That's perfect. That's absolutely perfect. Well, Dangerous Freedom, inside shooting for you, right?
My son was going to go to an outdoor range up in Wisconsin today, and I told him it's supposed to start raining around noon. Now it's not, so hopefully I didn't give him any bad advice. Hopefully he didn't listen to the old man like he usually doesn't.
I would have to say that no young man would listen to his father tell him why not to go shooting. Especially with the videos I saw.
Well, driving up all the way to Wisconsin to get rained on ain't worth it.
Yeah, it's worth
If you can't go shooting, you drive all the way up there and you can't go shooting because it's raining?
Who would stop shooting in the rain?
The range closes.
Oh my goodness.
They're saying thunderstorms.
Oh. All right, private ranges for everyone then. Dangerous Freedom, you're going to have to put some more videos up, and not of you, of your son. I'm not saying he's better at you than it. It's more photogenic.
Yeah, easier to look at. Yeah, look who's talking. Us mugs.
Yeah, well, you know, as ugly as we are together.
I think these are the two we didn't drop.
Thank you, sir.
Oh my God, it's going to be a long night.
I hope not. I have a fiance to get home to.
I might have to Uber this.
Please, Dangerous Freedom, tell me more. What's up, cat?
All right, Lone Star, thanks for checking in. Have a good one. Oh, and if we head out there, we are definitely going to have to go to this place.
Well, you know what I always say.
Olay's Big Game Steakhouse. If anybody's out in Nebraska, out on the west side of Nebraska, you got to find this place. Last time my son and I went out to Colorado to visit his little brother out in Fort Carson, we randomly stopped at this place, and it's absolutely amazing. It's in, I think, Paxton? Yeah, Paxton, Nebraska. This place is like a museum. They have stuffed everything you can imagine there. The taxidermy is absolutely amazing. I mean, they have elephants, giraffes. There's a giant, full-size, full-body polar bear in a case when you walk in there. This place has been there for almost 100 years, I guess. And it's better than going to a museum. You get right up and close and personal with all this stuff.
You don't have to convince me much to go anywhere. I promise you.
Hey, we'll just carpool out there and, we'll just do a whole caravan and roll into this place and overwhelm them.
From the way you speak of it, I don't think any of us will be able to overwhelm them.
We were in there during, it was hunting season, and everybody was duck hunting, and everybody was coming in after their days. Everybody's in their full camo, and they got their waders on, and this and that. I mean, it was absolutely a beautiful thing to see.
Absolutely, sounds like it. Where I go hunting at in Michigan, Pontiac Lake, if anybody knows of it, there is a similar location right outside of the hunting area. And though they have no dead animals on the wall, they have a lot of dead meat to serve them. And everybody that shows up, including yours truly, is wearing Mossy Oak Breakup or Mossy Oak Obsession. depending on the season. And tremendous place. I wish I knew the name of it, but by the time I make it there, the name of the place doesn't matter. It is an absolute beautiful place to go. Sit, have a drink in your disgusting, filthy underclothes, and nobody bats an eye.
Yep. That's America.
Yes. Oh God, yes. God bless us. Barbara, get your kids out of New York City. Don't leave them there. Tell them they have to move back home, or at least to the Midwest. I visited New York once.
I've been there once.
I will not be visiting New York ever again for any reason.
I really have no reason to. I mean, it was interesting. I mean, we went and did a lot of the tours, went to Ground Zero with the museum and all that. And it was very nice, but God, the thing that really blew me away was Times Square. I think we were there on a Monday night, and it was absolutely insane. I can't imagine what it would be like. You wouldn't catch me dead there on a New Year's Eve. Good Lord.
The only thing I took away from New York is no matter what street I drove down, there was garbage piled up taller than me on one side of the street or the other.
Okay, see, I didn't see that. It must not have been garbage day or something.
Well, that's the thing in New York.
It's every day, yeah.
It just depends on what side of the street it is.
See, in Chicago, they have that whole subterranean street system to handle all the garbage, which is nice.
Thank God.
But no, New York, I mean, I really enjoyed the architecture, and I enjoyed seeing a lot of the monuments. And we went to see the Statue of Liberty. We went on the river cruise and all this. And it was very nice to see, but I would rather go out into the country and see a forest or something like that.
Amen.
We were out there because my son's band was playing out there. It was senior year in high school. The high school band was playing in some church. I can't remember what the name of it was. But they did a whole tour out there. And I got volunteered to haul the trailer full of all the musical instruments out there.
That'd be a sight to see.
Oh, driving to New York is quite an experience when you got an F-350 with a 20-foot cargo trailer on the back.
Woo! Yeah, that might be something to see in New York, because all I saw were taxi cabs and people cussing. I don't know what they were cussing about, but they were cussing, and they were cussing loud.
You know, one thing I did learn in New York, Chicago pizza's still better.
Oh boy, I don't know.
We're gonna start an internet feud here.
Yeah, there might be a problem after this here. Hey, I like New York. I'm just not coming back. That's all. And if anybody wants to come on and check out my video later on tonight about how much I thank Ooman for hosting me,
You gotta stop that stuff, man.
I'll let you guys know how
You gotta
the
stop
pizza
that
was
stuff.
here in Chicago. I have had New York pizza. I've never had Chicago. We'll see how it weighs up, you know?
If you don't like it better, you're retarded.
Even if I like it better, I want everyone to know I am retarded. Never make that mistake.
Oh, God.
What? Your grandkids wanted to be liberals? Oh, oh, that was scary. I should have read the whole thing because I got scared there.
I missed that comment. Where?
Dangerous freedom, right there above the red box. It starts off with my grandkids want to be liberal. I thought it said. I'm
all
like,
you gotta do is tell them, no, you're not allowed.
Barbara, all I can say is we are all crying for him. I told Uman a story today about a friend of mine who is absolutely against guns, hates them, thinks they're not necessary. And I'm not talking about fully automatic assault rifles with belt feeds and everything else you can add to them. I'm talking about a handgun. I'm talking about a shotgun. And the only question I had for him is, if it only takes 10 seconds to lose your life to an assailant, a home invader, what the fuck then is calling the police gonna do when somebody kicks your door in at 3 a.m. in the morning? John from the Prepared Mind just told us a story about a mother of 5 children who could not only defend herself, who could not only not defend herself, she couldn't defend her 5 children. And if somebody is sick of fucking enough to break in your house and kill you, what do you think they're going to do to your children once you're dead?
Well, you skipped the story, or the part of the story where you told me about how when you asked him if somebody breaks into your house, what would you do? And he said, I would call the police.
But you only got 10 seconds left.
Yeah.
Can you dial your phone in 10 seconds?
No.
Even if you could dial your phone in 10 seconds?
Yeah, the point is, even if you could call the police, he never made the connection in his head that between calling, what could happen in between the time it took to call the police and the police to arrive.
And for all the news we've seen, there's some sick fucking people out here in the world that if the average response time is 3 to 5 minutes,
And I think that's generous.
in the city of Detroit, 30 to 40 minutes.
Yeah, I was going to say, in a big city, you're probably looking at more like anywhere from 5 to 20 plus minutes. Yeah.
Just imagine what could happen.
Yeah.
Why would you want to put yourself in that situation? I never will.
No.
If they come to my door and take my guns, the ones they get won't even be half of the ones I have. So, have at it, do your worst. The only way you'll have everything I own is over my dead body. I would never leave my family like that. I would never leave my friends like that. And when I say friend, that's a long ways away from my family. So, believe what you want to believe, do what you want to do. Don't call me when they're in your house because the cops will get there faster.
Yeah.
That's what he thought.
Well, he also had that light bulb moment when he thought about that, right?
I hope he did. But was it a light bulb just for my entertainment? Or was it truly a light bulb going off in his head?
I think most people that, even when they have that light bulb moment, will do nothing about it. Because they're stuck with their normalcy bias that they don't need it and that somebody will come to the rescue. I think unless something actually happens to you and you're sitting there waiting for the police to show up, that you will actually have that real light bulb moment and commit in your head that you need to do something to change it or to actually protect yourself if it were ever to happen again, if you were lucky to survive that situation.
I was going to say, you usually don't get a second chance.
Yeah.
So, why take a chance? Why? I mean, even if you never use it.
Better
if
to
you
have it
waste
and not need it than need it and not have it, right?
That's it. That's it.
I heard that saying many, many years ago, and it resonated with me, and it stuck with me. And it made me change the way I thought about a lot of things.
Well, if you've watched any of my videos, as recently as 2008, I bought 50 rounds of ammunition, a 22 long rifle, and did I have 7-8 bags of hot Cheetos, was enough to protect me from the end of the world. But the reality of
Until
it
government came to save the day.
is nobody's coming to save me. And fortunately or unfortunately, it was a lesson I had to learn by moving into shit all over the fan. And most of my subscribers know I've been dealing with a shitty fan since 2008. And it only gets shittier. So, please, if anybody is listening, don't depend on anybody except yourself. Don't depend on your neighbor. Don't depend on your uncle that lives down the street. Don't depend on the police department 3 miles away. Depend on yourself and hope that you never have to. Save the day. So Barbara, how often do you visit Brooklyn? Or do you ever visit Brooklyn?
Glad to hear you carry everywhere you go, Barbara.
Yeah, I think that's pretty standard in life.
She lives in Manhattan and never moves.
Your feet's doing much better now. I haven't updated since we were 44. Oh, there it is.
It seems to be sort of funky the way.
Well, 2A HD, I'm a Glock man. I will always be a Glock man. And though I dip and dabble outside of the realm of Glock, get a Glock. Get a Glock. Get 2 Glocks. Get 2 Glocks and have 2 spare Glocks. You can't go wrong. And if times get hard enough, they're pretty much worth what you bought them for.
Glock is a pretty popular platform, easy to get parts for, replacements for. Personally, I like Smith & Wesson and Springfield. And again, the best thing is you gotta go out, hold them in your hand, see what feels the best, do what you're most comfortable with. Little range that rents guns and shoot a few. I mean, what you think might look really nice, and what you think you want, you may not like the way it performs for you.
What do you say, man? It's not a fashion show?
No, it's not. It's a functionality thing. Whatever you're most comfortable with, whatever works best for you is going to be the best one to have.
Well, you have your supporter here. Dangerous Freedom.
Yeah.
XD man. Well, Barbara, I wish you the best of luck. I hope you get to where you want to be. Believe me, Detroit is not my final destination.
Hey, Dangerous, I prefer the XDMs. I like the double stacks with the 19 plus 1 on the 9mm. I figured if law enforcement could only hit about 20% of the time, I'm going to need as much as I can possibly have.
I'll tell you the most amazing thing. In Michigan, you take a CPL class, which is basically a lawyer coming in and talking to you about who not to shoot, when not to shoot, and a sworn peace officer who just gives you the statistics. And it's exactly what you said. The officer that came in and spoke to my class informed us that the average police officer hits 1 out of every 10 rounds.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what those
That would be
percentages
90%,
are, but
or 10%.
they ain't good.
No.
So
It doesn't matter
once
how good you
buy your
are at
pistol-
the range. It doesn't matter how good you can shoot at paper. If you are put into that situation and adrenaline starts pumping and the stress starts flowing, and I mean, everything goes out the window. And I've watched probably hundreds of videos by statisticians, FBI agents, police officers, everybody talking about what happens when you are actually in the situation. And your accuracy rate, you could be shooting bullseyes on every single shot you shoot at the range, and you may not be able to hit a 3-foot circle when you're put into that situation. So I figured, as many of these people were saying, was number one consideration shooting capacity. If you've got a 45 6-shooter, or 44 Magnum 6-shooter, and somebody else has got a 22 or a 9mm with 20 round capacity, basically, the chances of him hitting you are much less than the chances of you hitting him with 20. So I have fortunately never had to be in that type of a situation, and I tried to mentally prepare myself for that type of situation. And normally, in the stressful situations, I've been in a number of things not involving guns, but very stressful situations involving accidents and things like that. I'm able to keep myself very well composed, but until I'm in that situation, I don't know. And I'm going to play the odds and go with the numbers and have more rounds available to make that shot, as opposed to arguing with but the 44 Magnum or the 45 has more stopping power. I don't give a crap. A 45, if you miss, is worthless. I would rather have 20 chances to hit a target than 8, or some of the new 45 double stacks are they're running up to 12.
Not 12 if you don't count the ones in the chamber.
Yeah.
10 plus 1, so it's
Right.
still only at 11.
So I will still take my chances with a 19 plus 1 with a smaller bullet than with a lower capacity, because I just don't know. And until I find myself in that situation, there's no way I can possibly.
Well, I am of the opinion that though we find ourselves not in those situations yet, whatever makes you feel most comfortable before that situation is what you should pursue. I've never been in a shooting battle. But I am confident that any situation I find myself in, barring, the extreme, 6 to 12 is all I'll need. I'm not trying to engage in a gun battle. My first priority is to retreat. I've shot a lot of paper, and I've at least accepted in my mind that this is the route I am going to take until somebody proves me right. But it's all just, talk, conjecture. I don't know. Hopefully I never find out. And if I do, I'll make a video. Load it.
Hey, Dangerous, your comment about the printing, completely understood. One of the concerns I had when I first decided that the XDM was going to be my everyday carry was that I was concerned about printing and how that would feel, but I am taller, I'm a little bit bigger build than some people, and it turns out that I don't have a problem with printing on this. There's certain types of shirts I can't wear. I mean, I have to adjust my wardrobe accordingly, but
Let me assure you, today, when I approached the location, I had no fucking misconceptions that if I was not welcome here, I would have got shot the fuck up. You printed, yeah, you printed today. I'm sure you
Well,
were
when
impressed.
I lifted my shirt and showed it to you.
No, long before that. Long before that, I knew.
I'm just wearing a regular t-shirt. That's not usually what I wear on a daily basis. But
and it's like you said, it's your attire.
Yeah.
I'm amongst friends today. I'm in a safe location. I have no fear of anything today that cannot be handled immediately. And I think to touch on the printing thing, you feel as if you are printing for the people that surround you, because everybody's walking like this.
I will guarantee you that 99.9% of the people out there are not even thinking about it. They're not even looking about it, or at you thinking about it. If the average person walking down the street were to notice that you were carrying, I think you would have to be basically having your shirt hanging up on it with the handle hanging out before they would know that you were printing.
Everything's spicy. Welcome. Hey, man. I'm glad you stopped by. I hope you're still here and you get to hear this. But man, liver and onions is my second favorite food.
Ugh.
I cannot believe you had such a hard time swallowing that stuff down, man.
Ugh.
Next time you're in the city of Detroit or surrounding, come on, send me an email, and I'll take you for some good liver. My mom makes it, trust me.
My wife likes that stuff too, and I'm sorry.
Well, that's because your wife's a good woman.
Can't do it. Can't do it.
Hey, what's up, Lewis? Well, I think we're officially at what Vaughn said is a legitimate bathroom break, which is allowed after 1 hour.
Though we
haven't reached an hour yet.
Holy crap.
But we're only 6 minutes away, and by the time I get back, it'll be an hour, and guess what?
Well, why don't you go ahead and take your turn, and then when you get back, I'll take mine.
It'll be your turn.
I'll see if I can keep everybody engaged and keep everybody from signing off and leaving here.
You're the only reason they're here, brother.
What is the view count at the moment? We'll see what it is when you get back. Boy, it looks like we got some new people in here since I last checked this. Yeah, Dangerous, that's right. Most of the people are sheeple. They have no concept or no idea about what's going on around them. I had a interesting situation over Christmas where I have not really shared this before, but I might as well now since I'm running the show and it's all on me. But over Christmas, towards the end of the night, we were at a family member's house, and a family member approached me and said that I've come to understand that your son may be carrying a gun. And I said, well, I don't know if he is or not, but if he is, I can assure you that he's got the proper paperwork and permits to do so. And things went a little sideways. I mean, there was no concern from anybody all night long. And then all of a sudden somebody got the idea that something might be happening or might be present. And all of a sudden everybody's freaking out. So this family member instructed me that I will tell my son to remove it from the house. And I said, well, it's not your house, and I do not have the authority or I am not in a position that I can tell my grown adult son to do so. And this seemed to upset him more, and I said, look, if you have a problem, I'll be happy to go with you and talk to him. and you can tell him your concern, and I'm sure he'll be more than happy to remove it to alleviate that concern. But instead of being reasonable and rational, it turned into what we like to call the Irish goodbye. Family stormed out and slammed the door on the way out without saying goodbye to anybody. So I really don't understand how people cannot be rational and normal human beings that can talk to each other. Hey, if you got a concern, that's fine. I can't tell my 25-year-old son to do anything. He's a grown adult. So the unwillingness to go and address the problem directly and trying to assert your authority over somebody else is just ridiculous to me. Wow, lost in the chat here. I was just telling everybody about my experience at Christmas time. With a family member. I don't remember if I told you this or not. It was
Sound familiar?
We were at a Christmas party with family. At the end, towards the end of the night, one of the family members came up to me and told me that it had come to their attention that my son may have a gun in the house. And I didn't have this conversation with him.
Oh, sir.
Okay, I'm sorry. I have so many conversations with so many people, it's hard to keep it straight sometimes. But what I was saying was, they demanded that I tell my son to remove it from the premises. And I said, first of all, I don't know if he has it. And second of all, he's a grown adult. I am not in the position, I not have the authority to tell him to do that. And this is not your house. I said, if you would like, I would be more than happy to go over there with you and talk to him about it. And if you have a concern about this, if he does in fact have it, I'm sure he will be more than happy to remove it to make you feel better about it. And I was told that I needed to tell him, and started getting the fists pounded on the table. And I said, I will not do that. I will be happy to go over there with you and do that. And it turned into what we like to call the Irish goodbye. Nice. Storm out of the house, slam the door, don't say goodbye to anybody. And then I had to explain to the other family member who did own the house what had happened. And I was told, I don't see the problem with that.
Well, I got to be
honest. I said, hey, that sounds very, and I said, hey, I'd be more than happy to go. If there's a concern, I'll be more than happy to go and talk to him. I'd be happy to have him remove it, but I cannot tell him to do that.
I got to be honest with you. I feel safer in a room with 50 men armed than I feel in a room with 2 men armed. It's something my grandpa used to say, is that an armed population makes for a much more respectful population.
Yeah, I think the quote is an armed population is a polite, or an armed society or something is a polite society.
Well, he was only college educated, so whatever he said, I just listened to. And it's true. I'd rather stand in a room with 50 men that have guns than stand in a room with 2 men that have guns. Disproportionate
power of force, right?
I mean, it's ridiculous that you would first put yourself in a situation with a person you thought wasn't safe. And that's safe with a gun, safe with a knife, safe with a bow and arrow, safe with a butter knife, safe with your dog, or whatever. I mean, all these people that don't want a gun, what do they do as soon as something goes wrong? They call a guy driving a car with lights on it that has 2 guns.
That's going to show up to put down the chalk lines and write a report.
Yeah, I mean, it's unreal in most cases.
All right. Well, it's my turn to take a quick little break.
All right, you've earned it. It's been over an hour for you.
Wow, that really flew by.
Hey, what's up, Louis Fuller? Thanks for stopping by, man. right, Cat. It's sad, man, that you cannot carry whatever you decide to carry. For whatever reason you decide to carry it. Now, if you want to be an asshole while you're carrying it and start shooting people, I hope there's 10 fucking people to shoot you. But, you know, with all the laws they're passing, with all the rules they're making, all we are going to be is victims to those who are, by definition, not law-abiding citizens. Anybody that votes for somebody to take away their rights should not be allowed to vote. I mean, who votes to have their rights taken away? I mean, this is probably one of the most ridiculous things ever. Alright, Dangerous Freedom, I have absolutely no idea how to do that, but you will be, once I figure it out, my very first moderator. Oh, it does say I can put you in timeout, Dangerous Freedom. You getting fussy? Try it now. See what it says when you post. Swiss Army Josh, what's up, man? Thank you for stopping by. Oh. See there, my nephew showed me exactly how to do this. I got a couple others. I'm going to drop that same. Same rim shot. Once again, Dangerous Freedom, I would like to personally thank you for all the support you've shown me from the beginning. No questions asked, no nasty comments about what you didn't like, what you did like. You definitely left plenty of comments to let me know, and brother, I absolutely have to thank you profusely. And as I've said to very few people, anytime, any reason, no questions asked. Gratitude, I tried to find you, brother, and put me up another post there. And I will make sure you do the thing for you. Now that I finally understand how to do it. Man, what'd you do? Sprint? That thing's like 150 yards that way. You're back already.
Well, I make that trick around this plant plenty of times every day. Hey, Dangerous. This is what I was wearing before Detroit made me put on his head.
It's not sunny in here, though.
No, it's not sunny in here.
So I figured out finally how to give somebody a wrench.
Oh, yeah?
And of course, my first Patreon got the first wrench.
Dangerous, all right. I thought I was your first Patreon.
Well, you know, honestly, you're not a Patreon yet, but we'll get you.
Oh, I got you. I got you. Yeah, you're right. You're right. No,
We'll get you there. I can't find my super duper gratitude.
Gratitude left.
Problem.
Gratitude was gone for a while now.
Yeah, I keep closing my thing, so I erased it.
Oh, okay.
Not on purpose, gratitude. And yes, Dangerous Freedom, Gratitude is the only person that has an avatar 95% as sweet as yours. Great guy or attitude from the beginning. Well, Swiss Army, what are you sipping on Saturday?
Swiss Army just got off of work.
I know he's got to be drinking something good. Working on a Saturday?
Too aged. He wants a rainbow colored You want a rainbow colored wrench? Come on over here, bend over, and we'll give you a rainbow colored wrench.
He's not going to like it. Trust me, that goat is feisty out back.
Oh, God. Sitting. What is sitting?
Siding.
Mine says sitting.
As I've said many a times, English is fluent. So. I think in one of my videos I used a new word in English. It was more.
More.
Or something along those lines.
Yeah, I think I remember somebody saying something about that.
I mean, hey, I live in Detroit. All kinds of shit is fluid.
Better or more or something like that. Yeah. It's always amazing when you do these live streams with other people how fast the time flies by.
It's
Always
a good time.
The last one we did with the other our syndicate guys. I mean, what, that was 2.5 hours?
Yeah.
And it seemed like it went by in 20 minutes.
Yeah, I don't think we even got to say half of what we wanted to say.
No, definitely not.
But as I've said before, probably one of my favorite videos on YouTube, period. The fact that people from so many different beliefs, ideas, cultures, colors, so many different colors.
Areas around the country, yeah.
You could sit, have a conversation, and even when we disagreed about things,
Racist! Didn't happen.
you know, it's a true testament to how great this nation we live in is.
See, in my opinion, if you could agree with somebody on more than 50% of things, there's a way to move forward, because then you're obviously moving more or less down the same line. You know, I mean, if you could only agree with somebody on 25% of things, okay, that ain't going anywhere, you're not going to get along, it ain't happening. Move on.
And I might even be as bold to say is that both of you guys are being unreasonable if you can only get to 25%.
Sure. Sure.
There's no more fault either way. And it's sad, it's unfortunate, because what we have here will never be duplicated, ever again.
No.
And once it's gone, the stories won't comfort you anymore.
No. It's a very sad thing to see how things have been going.
Well, you know, I'm going to try to do my part. And like I said in a previous video, I am not a bartender, but I drink at a bar before. So I'm at least qualified for a seat in the U.S. House.
Yes. Are you making an announcement here?
I've been alluding to it for probably about 2 weeks now. And I'm definitely not ready to make an announcement, because with an announcement comes a lot of paperwork. And Sippin Saturday is not the day to announce I want to do a bunch of paperwork. But I'm thinking about it, and I have made my decision.
we'll be more than happy to support you and get the word out as far as what I can do and what the rest of the R Syndicate members can do, and what we can do at the rsyndicate.com website.
I will greatly appreciate any help you give me in the future, and as I've said, I don't know too many times, what you have done, Uman has done for me, I could never thank him enough for. I've watched a shitload of videos, and I always screamed at the screen, I could do that. And when I finally decided to do that, my greatest supporter in the beginning was Uman, and I feel as if his support has never wavered. And if there's anything I can ever do for you,
it's not necessary, brother. It's not necessary, brother. I'm more than happy to help anybody out.
Which is obvious.
You asked for some direction. I pointed you in the right direction. You're the one who did it, not me. I just helped point you in the direction. What you could have flopped. You could have done what you're doing. I mean, you're
the modesty. Come on. The modesty.
Detroit. I didn't.
Who sees it? Somebody sees it. Say it. Say modesty on here.
I'm going to disinvite him from ever coming back here if he doesn't knock this crap off. He's the one who did this stuff. I just helped him, point him in a couple directions, and he took it and took off with it.
Well, I definitely did it myself. And no matter how modest he would like to be today, the biggest contributor to me being where I am today with my channel is Uman. And he can like it, he can love it, but he can only do one of those two things. Billy Bird! Man, what's up?
Hey, Billy Bird.
I like this guy, Billy Bird, man.
Oh, yeah.
He comes in here and, yeah, it gets a little bit more exciting.
Hey, Billy Bird, were you on Yankees stream last night?
Oh man, me and Uman are on our second beers of the day. We're getting started on this Sippin' Saturday. Y'all watch out now.
It's going to be a long Saturday.
Those are the best Saturdays.
Yeah.
You might have to do that +2 now. I'll be Detroit and Roger.
Yeah, it might be a little rough tomorrow, though.
Those are good Sundays ahead.
Yeah, I gotta go help my mother-in-law take her shopping. So, it's just, might be a little rough getting up in the morning to motivate my butt out of bed.
Yeah.
It's like having 2 parties in one day
It will
today.
be. I'll tell you what, there ain't many live streams I like to go watch, but Yankees is one of them.
Oh yeah. He had some
He
beautiful.
booms it.
Hey, that sunset last night was beautiful.
And then the clouds covered it,
Yeah.
and everything went, all sad. And sure as shit, as he said the clouds covered it, they removed themselves. I was watching the other one. The guy's about as lucky as they come, man.
I wish I could have got the camera out the other morning. There was just some crazy skies here in Chicago. It was black and was midnight to one side.
Bye, Barbara.
Bye, Barbara. Thanks for stopping in. It was dark in one direction. It was blood red in another direction. And then there were some funky wavy clouds that looked like you were looking at the ocean in another direction. And
you didn't tell me this stuff before I drove all the way here?
no, this was like Thursday or Friday morning. And I wish by the time I got to work, because now we have this stupid law in Illinois about how if you even have your phone in your hand, it becomes a moving violation with a minimum $150 fine plus court costs.
Perfect.
So
I'm glad I called you
by
right on the freeway.
By the time I got to work, it had all turned black and started raining. So I couldn't get that funky 360 shot that I wanted to get. I mean, it was just bizarre looking clouds.
It's all that stuff they're pumping in the air.
Yeah, dangerous. I keep getting those NRA things too. And when they call me, I tell them when they get back to a not one more inch policy, I'd be more than happy to start supporting them again. In the meantime, look into GOA, Gun Owners of America, or some of these other organizations out there that are doing way more to protect things than just the faux protecting. I mean, it's almost as bad as the liberals with their faux outrage. You know, the faux NRA pro 2A
That's about
stuff.
the best analogy I've heard.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'll tell you what. The only gun club I want to be a part of is the gun club in my closet. I don't need a sticker. I don't need anybody to tell me what I should or shouldn't do. And I'm not going to support anybody sitting behind a desk making millions of dollars with my hard-earned money, who may or may not agree with or represent me when it comes down to it. I've seen a lot of these prepaid legal plans, or, oh, if you shoot somebody, we'll get you out of it, don't worry, send us $22 a month.
Out of all the ones that I looked into, the best one, in my opinion, was Second Call Defense, because it is not contingent on, they will support you legally from day one, and it doesn't have that contingency about unless you are, if you are found guilty, you don't have to pay it, and this and that and the other. There was all kinds of funky stuff in these other ones I was looking at, but I ended up going with the Second Call Defense because they just seemed to be the most real, legitimate protection service or defense service. Yeah. Bail up front, no argument about you have to refund the bail if it's.
Well, I'd like to tell everybody here, as well as you, man, if I find myself in some shit, I ain't calling nobody but the people here, the people that have subscribed to me. So, when you get that phone call, I hope y'all work it out for me. If not,
for a couple
I'll
bucks
sit
a
and
month,
do my time.
For a couple bucks a month, it's well worth it. If you have a concealed carry permit, I highly recommend you look into it.
I like
look into the Second Call Defense.
I like dangerous for that highlighted there.
What is that?
There's a little comment.
So you're whiter than he is?
Only underneath my t-shirt, man. That's all.
See, I got this nice Neapolitan happening. So I got the dark, the medium, and if I were to show you my belly, you would see how white it was. Nobody wants
the
to see
light will
that.
reflect and mess up the camera lens. We can't do that. We can't do that on live. We have to put a filter on for that. But yeah, I would say that I'm probably Uman colored for the most part.
Well, that's my tan side.
Yeah,
That's medium side.
Uman. Well, actually, Uman's darker than me. I'm the tan side. This is my tan side too, hanging up the window.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, it's early still. I'm. Hey,
Hey, I've had a lot of windshield time in the last few weeks.
Detroit prepping. Black is back. Ooh, man is definitely not in the hood, man. Does he got a bulletproof vest on? You can't come to Detroit without
Hey, Billy Bird.
tactical gear.
Detroit came to visit me here in the Chicago area. I didn't go out to Detroit to visit him.
Not yet.
I'll have to armor plate the fifth wheel before doing that.
If nothing else, man, I promise you personally, the moment you step into Detroit, your protection and safety is guaranteed by me.
I used to travel to Detroit a lot. There's some good areas in that
Unfortunately,
area. And I was in a good area, and I had a brand new Hummer H2 at the time. And the windows got smashed, and they took my sample case of metal stamped parts.
I bet they were pissed, dude.
I'm sure they were pissed because those things weren't worth $10, and they did like $3,000 of damage to my brand new truck.
That's always the way, man. Idiots are idiots no matter whether they're in Detroit or San Diego.
Yep. Hey, don't talk about Mom like that.
I'm only talking about him because he's not here.
See?
Yeah.
You don't show up, you get bashed.
You damn right, Billy Bird. I'm gonna protect him from the pancake man because right now he's still standing in front of my house doing the pancake dance. I took your advice. I threw out 15 pancakes, buttermilk, with blueberry syrup on them. And I think he's my pet now or something. I'm gonna put one of them little houses out there.
Pancake Man ain't gonna do shit against an F-350.
Well, if I have
Oh,
a vote
man.
on it, I would say Outback. Get you a couple oil cans. Some of that fettuccine alfredo where they put the chicken and the scrimps in it. Brown bread. Are we allowed to say brown? Brown bread. Brown bread. It's brown bread. It's delicious.
If I had the choice between Outback and Olive Garden, it would definitely be Outback.
They're Australian. Who's ever met an Australian
Eat
that
a
didn't
shrimp
like?
on the barbie.
If somebody sets something in front of me to drink and says that's an oil can, I'm in.
Oh, the Fosters. Oh, many memories of that.
The lady brought me a glass of Foster's.
I will take a big hunk of meat over reboiled in a bag noodles thrown onto your plate Olive Garden stuff any day. The only thing I like at Olive Garden are those breadsticks.
Yeah, last time I was at Outback, the extra kind waitress brought me a glass of oil can. I asked for a oil can, and I said, "What the fuck is this?" She's like, "What?"
Well, they had it on tap.
Yeah, I said I want an oil can. There's no metal involved in this shit. It's glass and who knows what's inside.
Yeah. Oh man, this week I had the most gluttonous meal I have had in the longest of times.
Interesting.
We had a customer come in and we took him to Morton's.
Morton's is salt, so it's got to be delicious.
No, Morton's Steakhouse. And
Joke.
Anyway, went to Morton's and oh my god. Before I sat down at the table, my partner had already ordered all kinds of appetizers. And I ordered my dinner before I even knew the appetizers were coming. And I was full after the appetizers. And then I had a giant steak and shrimp and scallops wrapped in bacon to eat. And oh my god. I almost went into a food coma driving home.
It happens.
Unbelievable.
Whenever my baby sister gets pregnant, all of a sudden she develops this appetite that no man could ever match. Except when her big brother comes on the scene. Because it's all seafood for her. And I did get iodine poisoning 2 or 3 times at Red Lobster.
Really?
And I gotta tell you, I'm not sure if Red Lobster serves shrimp or shrimp-like products, but I ate a lot of them. A lot of them.
They do. It's one of their big things, deep fried shrimp. I haven't been to a Red Lobster in 20 years.
Unfortunately, in Michigan, they have shrimp scampi, fried shrimp, shrimp scampi, shrimp Alfredo, every kind of shrimp you can imagine. But they got that little vein of shit in there, and I'm already full of shit. To add more shit to that, yeah, it gets a little disgusting and smelly at times.
I love Umian's pet.
I know exactly.
Too large to live there.
I know exactly how much bleach you need. After you boil it, please do not use scented bleach. Please don't use scented bleach. Forget the bleach. Buy Pool Shop and buy it in the crystal form. And don't buy the pellets that are this big. Buy the flakes. And if you're going to do 5 gallons, what I use is the most itty bitty spoon for sampling at Dairy Queen. Baskin Robbins, 31 flavors. I don't know what it's called in your neck of the woods, but just that little bitty. It's a cocaine spoon.
About a quarter to a half a teaspoon.
Cocaine spoon in there. I think it would be probably like what, 1/10 of an ounce or something like that by weight, or
Yeah, I don't know. It's about a quarter to a
it
half
ain't
a
much,
teaspoon.
man. You know, grow a cocaine nail, scoop the pool shot out.
Where are we going here with cocaine nails? What the hell is this all about?
I just don't know any other way to explain it, like by weight or by.
If I was going to
You'll taste
clean,
it
if I
and
was
know
going
you
to
put too
clean
much
canal
in it.
water, first thing I would do is I would run it through a sand and possibly charcoal filter, char some wood, put that on the bottom, put some sand on the top of that, run it through there a couple times, get the most of the crud out of there, and then I would boil it off, and I would make a still, and do your, just boil it off, still it, get some nice pure water that way.
Listen here, Dangerous Freedom. Stop being a pussy, man. This is how you drink canal water. Like this. Like that. You'll be fine.
Scoop it up with your hand.
Yeah. But yeah, 2HD CAD, that's perfect for bleach, but like I said, I'm against bleach because it has a shelf life, and you can buy a 5-gallon bucket of pool shock, and I'm just guessing with some loose math I've done, treat 200,000 gallons of water with that one bucket, if not more, depending on your situation. And Dangerous Freedom, send me an email. I will mail you 2 stainless steel spoons that are a perfect measure for treating 5 to 6 gallons of water. Period. That's it. You measure it, you weigh it. I'll send you the 2 spoons. Stainless steel.
All right. Now just jump down to 2HD CAD, Scott. Billy Bird, this is not a tiny house. This is my 5th wheel camper.
He said you're too big, huh?
What's that? No, you gotta go find.
Oh, further down.
Here.
It almost looks too
Right
large
here.
to live there.
No, leave this one right here. Or you can drink it out of water out of a hooker's table.
I mean, it is sanitary, right?
Oh my God. That's too funny.
All right, well, Billy Bird called it. We'll name them Spoons from the Hood. And as soon as you get them Dangerous Freedom, that video is going to be awesome. As a matter of fact, Dangerous Freedom, once you get it all done, I want you to bottle me up 2, maybe 3 bottles, send it here, and I'll let U-Man test them to make sure it's okay.
I'll test them through my life straw. Oh, that must have been one of the ones we dropped. I just figured that after an hour and a half, they would have settled down and wouldn't have been so foaming over.
No, we dropped them like a lot. We dropped them like 2 or 3 times.
I'm way behind in the chat here, so I have no idea what Dangerous is talking about with that video is soon to come. The spoons from the hood.
He's going to mail you some
water
water bottles.
Let me just get caught up.
Oh, yeah. Everything's good, Dangerous Freedom. U-Man said he'll do it. Don't worry.
That's what I took a pressure cooker, made a fitting, drilled a fitting into there, and made a little still so I could just dump that stuff into the pressure cooker and distill that stuff off and make some nice clean distilled water.
Yeah, I mean, I live less than a mile from the Detroit River, an endless source of drinking water.
And fuel, because you can set that thing on fire, right?
I have seen small fires burning out there. Usually it's on top of the ice and they're fishing, but, who knows? I've said in a ton of videos, how many Sawyer water filters do you get come within 10 miles? I own, more than I could count. But
I would bet very, very few.
how many Berkeys do you think are sitting on someone's counter?
Even within my 10-mile radius, I would bet you there's probably less than 100, if not less than 10.
100? Man, you jumped way higher than me. I said 2.
No, I said, you said in my 10-mile radius. I said in my 10-mile radius, I would bet there's less than 100.
Absolutely.
If not less than 10.
And even 10 I thought was a lot. How many do you own? 2. That's probably how many I think are in this 10-mile area. Honestly.
That's quite possible.
I mean, if you want to say 10, maybe I'd say there's 10 Sawyers. But, Bert, I mean, this is what the world knows. The world of the United States.
Yeah.
And if you did that and that shit didn't come out, you're dead. You're dead.
My whole neighborhood has been distraught for the last month because they were replacing the water mains, the water lines in our neighborhood. And, everything's do not drink the water, blah, 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 because we're redoing this and they couldn't take stuff loose when we made this changeover. Oh my God, what are we supposed to do? Go out and get yourself some bottled water for starters. And if you have a filtration system on your house, you don't have to worry about it.
Not in the beginning.
Not at all. I mean, if the water gets cut off, that's a different thing, but I'm saying contamination-wise.
Right.
My neighborhood is like, oh my God, what are we going to do? We can't drink those tap water.
Now,
Really?
What kind of filtration do you think a home should have?
The DI systems are great, but I don't know if that's really the best thing to have in your home. I just have the filtration systems that take out the large particulate, and I would like to have something to take out the fluoride, but it's just not a practical thing to do for me.
I'll tell you what, when shit hits the fan, you won't have to worry about getting the fluoride out of the water. You'll have to worry about getting the shit and piss out of the water.
I got some friends that are plumbers. I will be drilling wells. And I know that the water table is fairly high where I live, and around here, so drilling a well will not be a big deal. And having the manual pumps like they used to have at the forest preserves and in the parks comes in very handy as well.
Absolutely. On several properties I have hand pumps. Though in winter they won't work very well, but
Just got to set up that big stove, the wood burning stove right next to it to get that head warmed up, right?
there ain't enough wood in the forest to keep it warm in Michigan.
Yeah.
I've sat in the woods waiting for a deer, and the temperature has been 13.6, and that little stupid ass propane heater I had inside the blind and all that didn't make a difference. And no matter how much wrapping and bundling and everything else they talk about, it ain't enough.
You know what? The temperature is as big of a deal as the wind.
Cut.
You need to get out of the wind. You need to get that moving air away from you. You need to get to a place where you get that air controlled so that it is not blasting that cold air across you and taking that body heat with you. When the boys were in scouts, we done the winter, cold winter outing, campouts and stuff. The main thing you need to do is you need to get the wind off of your body. If you're sitting in a blind and it's leaking air everywhere, it's not going to give you a whole lot of good. You can get into a confined space, control that airflow, you could be alright. Chicago ain't that much different than Detroit, man.
My ancestors came from Africa. We don't know about any type of coldness or whatever. I just saw a story maybe 6 months ago. 7 months ago.
Layers.
Refugees, we'll call them refugees from Sudan,
Layers?
find themselves in Michigan, traveling north, and they didn't know that your fucking hands and toes will fall off if you get too cold. So they lost their toes, hands, and feet.
Okay.
As much as I hate to eat, that cold ain't no joke. If you ain't ready and you don't understand what you're up against, you won't make it 2 days.
You definitely need to be prepared for it. Like I said, lots of layers. Make sure you have that cold-blooded gear and have a place where you can get out of the wind.
I hope somebody's listening to you, brother. I hope, because if you saw my video about 9 days grid down, 1% survival, everybody that lived in my neighborhood died on day 2 because they weren't prepared. Every house on that block has at least 2 fireplaces, but ain't nobody got no wood. What are you gonna burn, your shingles for a day or 2? You gonna burn the house next door to you?
Well, I think that's the plan that many people have.
It's a piss poor plan, I'll tell you that. And like I said in my video, you ain't gonna make it 2 days with that attitude. I had friends offering me, oh, come stay with my cousin, come, oh, we don't want you to freeze to death and die. And I had to literally send them videos of me in my house with the lights on, with the oven going, with my food on it, to let them know that you're not prepared. I am. And even with all that, nobody changed anything they did. You know what they called me at the end of it? Crazy. Stupid. I'm the idiot.
You're the one they were all looking to because they couldn't do it.
They ran
You're
to
the
where
idiot
there
at the
was
end.
power.
Yeah.
They ran to their cousins across, 8 Mile in another city.
Yeah.
If you think you're gonna heat your house with a fucking tea candle, you're dead.
Oh, come on. You mean that doesn't really work?
Not as far as I understand. But what do you think, ooh man? We went to an hour and 42 minutes.
We're an hour 40.
That is my second longest live stream.
And I promised Detroit some good Chicago deep dish pizza before he heads back, so I do think that we're probably going to have to cut this short here. Or you're going to have to go home hungry.
No, I need pizza. So I'd like to thank everybody for stopping by. I'd like to thank everybody for giving thumbs up, commenting, chatting, and stop by. Tequila Tuesday. We'll see who I end up stopping by and ruining their day next Saturday.
I want to thank Detroit for coming out to visit me here. Glad he did. We've had a great day, and I'm sure we're going to be having some more great days coming down the line. Hopefully we can get this drinking man thing going in Arizona. Vaughn.
Kaz.
John.
Zombie. We're talking to you too. Hey, don't worry, Zombie. I know you don't drink. I'll drink your part. That's not a problem. Just be there.
I think that would be a great time. I want to thank everybody for coming out here. And please visit vrsyndicate.com to find all kinds of new prepper channels you may never have heard of. And if somebody gets booted off of one platform, you can find the other platforms that they post on. If anybody wants me to add any other channels that may not be there right now, please go to vrsyndicate.com and send me an email with the links, and I'll be happy to add them. There's no charge for any of this. If you want to become a supporting member, there are some additional charges that we will post, premium pictures and stuff at the links, and put your information on the news site and such. But if you just want to have the site listed, you want to get your YouTube channel out there, or your Patreon, BitChute, whatever it is, send me a link and I'll be happy to put it on there. No charge whatsoever. We just want to find, have a place where people can find like-minded people and new content. And that's about all I got.
I think he summed it up. Please stop by the R Syndicate. It's free. Who doesn't like free? TheRsyndicate.com. Thank you, everybody. I hope you have a good day. And I will see everyone here live for Tequila Tuesday.
Cheers.